Hello, my name is Rose Diamond, and I would like to share with you 4 essential keys for surviving grief, loss, and radical change. So many of us are going through hard times right now. We're having to draw on all our resources, sometimes just to get through them. And I've been on a healing journey now for more than 30 years, and I've also worked with many hundreds of others to support them through their own soul journeys or healing journeys. And these 4 keys that I'm going to share with you now are what I've come to see as the essential elements that can really help us to move through from emotional pain to transformation and the light at the end of the tunnel. So the first essential key is the only way out of emotional pain is to move through it and to really experience it fully. And that may feel counterintuitive because when we're in pain, the last thing we really want to do is feel it. It's, we want to distract ourselves from it or numb it out or forget about it or push it aside. But unfortunately, none of those strategies work, because what happens if pain is pushed aside is it always comes up another way. It always comes up again. It keeps coming back. It will keep coming back until we have dealt with it, until we've actually looked it full in the face and discovered all about it, accepted it. So I've discovered that when I'm able to just be with my pain, that I always emerge there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I always get there. And when I get there, I feel much lighter and freer and more loving and more trusting, and have a much clearer sense of direction and energy for moving forward. So the second key is that we can develop skills, attitudes, resources, and maps that will help us to really not just move through our pain, but to understand that it's just not really personal. But when we're in the midst of our emotional pain, it feels so personal. We feel so vulnerable and isolated and alone. And yet, that's the irony, is that actually so much of the pain that we have is it's shared with our common humanity. It's just part of being human. And so, over the next few blog posts and videos, I'd like to share some of these skills and strategies and maps that I have found useful, and hopefully you will find them useful too. The third key is that having a creative passion or a creative purpose can really help to lift you out of your stuck recycling of old patterns into a much more inspiring energy, which will really nourish you. And often our pain actually arises because that creative life force has been blocked at some point. And really, so pain is often the life force wanting to be emerge and be expressed, or whatever has not been allowed is wanting to have a place in the world. And so I find, for me, that having a creative pursuit, a creative pattern or project, has been really life-saving at times. It's really helped me through some of the most difficult times in my life. And one of my passions is writing, and that can both take me right deep into myself, so that I can get a much deeper sense of connectedness with myself and deeper understanding. And it also can lift me out into a much bigger, more inspiring vision. And the fourth key is the transformational power of being of service. And when I talk about being of service, I'm not meaning that we have to do anything grand. We don't have to have a website. We don't have to be a guru. We don't have to have it all sussed. It can be, well, actually, the healing process itself is a service. But it also can be just daily acts of giving, daily acts of thinking and caring for others, or for animals, or for the earth, or whatever is comes easy to us. So these are the 4 keys, and I would really love to share more with you and connect with you, and just let you know that if you are in pain right now, that it feels, I know it may feel really personal and really uncomfortable and really bad, but you're not alone. that we're all in this together. We're all on a healing journey. Thank you for listening today, and I hope to connect with you again soon.